हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू दिस क्लास। समस्त को आज क्लास को स्वागत। ये हूँ तुम मान इंग्लिश कोर्स रो फर्स्ट क्लास जो थे आम इंग्लिश रो फर्स्ट प्रोज माय ग्रेटेस्ट ओलंपिक प्राइज बाय जेसी ओवेन्स डिस्कशन करवा। नाउ दिस चैप्टर इज वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड important फॉर योर कोर्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. So we will be discussing in detail the text that is mentioned in this chapter. In the next session, we will be discussing all the units of questions and answer. All right. So let's start our discussion by the introduction of author. Now Jesse Owens is not a poet or story writer or something like that. Jesse Owens is a athlete. He's an American track and field athlete. Now his full name is James Cleveland Owens, or popularly known as Jesse Owens. Born in 1913 and died in 1980. Now he was an American track and field athlete. Now what is track and field athlete? Athlete means a sports person. Track and field means the sports. Track and field consists of various sports, right? For example, all kinds of running race, long jumps, high jumps, gymnastics, all that kind of stuff are combinedly known as track and field. And Jesse Owens is a track and field athlete who is specialized in sprints and long jump. Sprints means the running race, right? So in long jump and running race, Jesse Owens is specialized. Now he participated in 1936 Summer Olympics that was held in Berlin, Germany. Right? In 1936. 1936 period is a very crucial period, right? This period of 1937 to 45, 1935 to 45, this 10 years is very crucial period and important period in world history. Why? Because it is the period of Nazis. Who are Nazis? Led by Adolf Hitler. Okay, we know about Hitler in some kind or so. Hitler is known as the most cruel ruler in modern history, right? Hitler killed some millions of people in his own country. He invaded many countries, neighboring countries. He killed many Jews, right? He's very cruel, right? And he thought that the Aryan race is most superior race. Hitler रो गोटे रेस सुपेरियरिटी थियोरी थिला. से कहूला जो जर्मनी रो लोक माने तांकर जो रेस अच्छे तांकर जो रेस माने बुझी पारछ माने तांकर जो लोक माने अछंती से माने सबुठु सुपेरियर. से माने आर्यन, राइट? ब्लू कलर आखि हिथिबो, व्हाइट कलर स्किन हिथिबो. ए सब जो आर्यन से लोक माने जो माने जर्मनी रो रहउथले से पीरियड रे से माने सुपेरियर. अन्य समस्ते खराब. जीउस मानू से बहुत खराब भावुला. मिलियंस ऑफ जीउस को से मरे देला. कंसंट्रेशन कैंप्स ताको थिबार माने जीउस मान को पूरा देश रो आनी की से गोटे गोटे कैंप रे रखिवार से कैंप रे ताको गैस छाड़ी के मारी के काटी के समस्त को हत्या करिवार. सो हिटलर वाज दैट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन. नाउ इन 1936 all of that empire, all of the Hitler's empire was just starting. से स्टार्ट होता जो हिटलर रो जो आर्यन रेस थ्योरी स्टार्ट होता. आमे एका सुपेरियर इन सब से प्रचार करतुला. वर्ल्ड लेवल रे से डोमिनेट करतुला. सब जाक वर्ल्ड इवेंट रे से जर्मनी को टॉप देखाउतुला. राइट? नाउ से पीरियड टा स्टार्ट होतला. वर्ल्ड वार 1939 रो आरंभ हला. तापर तारो मारिबाटा ये करबाटा सब खबर आसिला. बट 36 बेल को आरंभ होतला ये सब जिनस. राइट? सो एट दैट टाइम हिटलर insisted the Olympic Federation to organize the Summer Olympics of 1936 in Germany. जर्मनी रो बर्लिन ठारे तार कैपिटल बर्लिन ठारे ए जो नाजी लीडर हिटलर थिला से इंसिस्ट कला जे से लागी पड़ी कि समर ओलंपिक्स तांको देश रे करेला. व्हाई? To win more medals and to show the world that Germans are superior than others. And because of that, the Summer Olympics was held in Berlin that year. Now this context is very very important for the whole story. पूरा स्टोरी पे कॉन्टेक्स्ट टा इंपोर्टेंट बोली स्टोरी कहूचे ए स्टोरी बही रे नहीं पूरा टिके टिके अच्छे आर्यन थ्योरी सब जाक हिटलर रो स्टोरी बहुत लंबा अच्छी है तुमको इंटरेस्ट थिला केबे गोटे कहबी मु बहुत माने जानिबा कथा एमती भी गोटे वर्ल्ड लीडर थिला आसिके से सब को ए प्रकार काम करथिला बेले हला परे केतवेल डिस्कशन करबा बट इन 1936 समर ओलंपिक्स we know about Olympics, right? Olympic is the most important sports event that happens in the world, where athletes from all over the world, they participate in this competition, and it is a very very crucial event, right? A Olympic medalist, forget about medalist, if a person participates in Olympics, that is also an achievement, right? So in 1936 Summer Olympics, Jesse Owens participated from America, right, where he achieved international fame, international popularity by winning 4 gold medals in the single Olympic game, one each in 100 meters, 200 meters, long jump, and as member of the 4 into 100 meter relay race. 4 gold medal he achieved. 4 gold medal ताको मिलथिला. 1 in 100 meter race, 1 in 200 meter race, 1 in long jump, and in fourth one is as a team he won a 4 into 100 relay team race. 4 into 100 relay जानी थी वो तमें 400 meter धाईवार अच्छी 100 meter first person runs, after that second person runs another 100 meters, third person runs another 100 meter, and fourth person runs another 100 meter. 4 जन 100 मीटर धांती गोटे बाड़ी थाए बाड़ी धाई कि जने दब आउ जन को आउ जन धरिबो ताको आउ 100 मीटर धाइबो से बाड़ी आउ जन को दब एमती टीम रे रनिंग करंती दैट इज कॉल्ड रिले रेस. सो 4 into 100 meter रिले रेस रे भी गोल्ड मिलतिला ओवेंस. सो जेसी ओवेंस वाज वेरी one of the greatest athletes of all time, right? Winning one single medal in Olympic is very an achievement, and winning 4 gold medal in a single Olympic game, that is also a greatest one of the greatest achievement that Jesse Owens did in 1936 Summer Olympics. All right, so this is the context of the story, this is the context of the author. All right, and now let's start our discussion of the text. Let's warm up. Let's start with warm up for unit 1. The Olympic Games is world's foremost sports competition featuring summer and winter sports. We know about it. Olympic Games is the most important sports event that happens in every 4 years. And there are 2 types of Olympics, Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics. Winter Olympics is also important, but Summer Olympics is very, very important. In these Olympic Games, athletes from all over the world participate in variety of competition, varieties of sports, right? In this essay, Jesse Owens shares his experience of 1936 Summer Olympics held in Berlin. Berlin रे इतवा Summer Olympics रो जो experience अच्छी, the experience that Jesse Owens had in that event, he is sharing about this. When patriotic feelings were running high in Germany. I told you before that during 1936, Hitler was newly became the leader of Germany, and nationalistic feelings and patriotic feelings were running high. Hitler कौन करथिला जे भी गोटे बड़ लीडर होची ना, हिटलर जते खराब थिले भी से लोक मानक द्वारा बाछि के आस्थिला. बुझी पारछो कि नहीं? इलेक्शन रो जीति के आस्थिला. अब काहे की इलेक्शन जीति के आस्थिला? बिकॉज ही क्रिएटेड द फीलिंग ऑफ पेट्रियोटिज्म. ता पूर्वरु फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर परठू जर्मनी पूरा बुड़ी की थिला. जर्मनी ऋण रे बुड़ी की थिला, दरिद्र हो जाइथिला. गोटे ब्रेड पीस आनिबा पई ताको ब्रीफकेस भर्ती करके पैसा नबाक पड़ुतला. तांको टंकार वैल्यू पूरा कमी जाइथिला. दरिद्र पूरा सीमा रेखा टपी जाइथिला. सेही समय रे हिटलर आस्थिला. हिटलर आसिकरी तांको भितरे जो देशात्मबोध अच्छी अत्यधिक देशात्मबोध सृष्टि करथिला एक्सेसिव पेट्रियोटिक फीलिंग स्टार्ट करथिला लोक मान भितरे से कहिथिला मु जर्मनी को बेस्ट वर्ल्ड रो बेस्ट बनेबी आ बनौची देखो आमे सुपेरियर वी आर द आर्यंस that live in Germany. We are superior. All other races are inferior. जो मैंने black people तांको आउरी अधिक से नीच कहूला एमिति थिला स्टार्ट हिटलर रो तो जहाँ भी हो in Jesse Owens participated in 1936 Summer Olympics and he is in that period the patriotic feelings were very much high in Germany. However, Owens did not bother. Owens did not worried about these nationalistic feelings. ସେମାନେ ବାହାର ଦେଶରୁ ସବୁ ଜର୍ମାନୀ ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି वर्ल्ड वार ही नहीं आउरी 1939 रे वर्ल्ड वार हबो 36 बेलକୁ वर्ल्ड वार ही नहीं समस्त जाइछନ୍ତି जर्मनी जर्मनी रो लोक माने पूरा जोश रे अछନ୍ତି आमे आका सुपेरियर बोली के बेसी अत्यधिक पेट्रियोटिज्म रे अछନ୍ତି राइट. Owens did not bother. Owens did not worried about these nationalistic feelings of Germany as he trusted in his abilities. He knew that he can do better. He tells his stunning story about forging a lasting friendship with a German, putting differences aside for the love of the game. Now, difference to create होउथुला right से माने जर्मनी वाला कहउतले we are superior, we Aryans are superior, कला लोक माने black people are inferior. And Jesse Owens, as you can see here, is a black person. Jesse Owens is a black skinned person. So तांको मन रे गोटे थिबो कि नै तांगे तमे गोटे जागा को जाउचो सेठरो समस्तमर फीलिंग अछि हमें आका सुपेरियर कला लोक इनफेरियर तमे सेठी अन्य देश रु जाउचो खेलबा पई तथापि तम भितर गोटे फीलिंग्स रहइबो कि नै ए माने आके आका सुपेरियर हमको इनफेरियर कहउचंती बेले रहइबो फीलिंग बट देयर वर डिफरेंसेस बट पुटिंग डिफरेंसेस aside he forged a lasting friendship. Forge means to start or to create, right? To create a strong or enduring, right? Or to make or shape. These are the different meanings of forge. 80 meaning kono 80 meaning hochi to create. He started or he created a friendship between with a German people, right? German person. बुझी पारछो ना असुविधा होची किछि बुझिबारे right. You can also tell me if you are facing any difficulty to understand. You can tell me in the Telegram group. So Olympic Games story बुझिया चेष्टा करो. Olympic Games 1936 हिटलर अच्छी जर्मनी रे होची जर्मनी रो लोक माने पूरा फुल चार्ज अप हेके अछंती सेही समय रे जेसी ओवेन्स जे कि जने ब्लैक स्किन पर्सन से जाइचंती खेलिबा पई ताके टेंशन नथिले बिकॉज ही न्यू हिज एबिलिटीज तांगरो निजरो क्षमता ऊपर विश्वास थिला. ही टेल्स हिज स्टोरी इन दिस टेक्स्ट. वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट अ फ्रेंडशिप ऑफ जेसी ओवेन्स विथ अ जर्मन. गोटे जर्मन लोक सहित जेसी ओवेन्स रो केमिति फ्रेंडशिप हैला दैट वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग हियर. ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स रीड द टेक्स्ट हियर. It was the summer of 1936. The Olympic Games were being held in Berlin. Now, this text is being said by Jesse Owens himself. It was the summer of 1936 and the Olympic Games were being held in Berlin that year because Adolf Hitler childishly insisted that his performers were members of a master race. Nationalistic feelings were at an all-time high. Adolf Hitler childishly as a child माने केमति करंते आमे आका भलो पिलानकर माडगोल देखो मु आका सुपेरियर बोल मु आका सुपेरियर होतो माडगोल लागतो जस्ट लाइक दैट मु को नै चाइल्डिश ये जेसी ओवेन्स कहउचंदे बिकॉज़ एडोल्फ हिटलर childishly insisted that his performers or his members, his participants, his athletes were member of a master class Aryan supremacy. He is saying that we are the member of a master race master race or superior race, good race, you all are inferior, we are superior से कहूचे. And because of that, nationalistic feelings, patriotic feelings were at an all-time high in Germany. Germany रे patriotic feeling, nationalistic feeling, देशात्मबोध बहुत अधिक होइकरी से समय रे अछि. I was not too worried about all this. Yes, he once was not worried about this. Why? He's saying that I had trained, sweated, and disciplined myself for 6 years with the games in mind. With the games of 1936 Olympics, Jesse Owens were practicing training for last 6 years. गत 6 वर्ष ହେଲା से participate କରୁଛନ୍ତି. I had trained, ମୁଁ train କରିଛି, sweated, ଝାଳ ବହେଇଛି, and disciplined, ନିଜକୁ ଶୃଙ୍ଖଳିତ କରିଛି. Getting my point? Jesse Owens is saying, I had trained, sweated, and disciplined myself for 6 years, keeping 1936 Olympics in mind. While I was going over on the boat, all I could think about was taking home 1 or 2 of those gold medals. At that time, people used to travel through ships. There were no aeroplanes popular. There were aeroplanes were developed, but they were not popular. They were not used to transport people from one continent to other. And for that, there were ships. So, while I was going over on the boat, that means while I was going over through ship, all I could think is taking home 1 or 2 of those gold medals. से रास्ता रे आसला बेलू शिप रे खाली भाबुचंती एमाने आम ब्लैक पीपल को इनफेरियर कहउचंती, तांके सुपेरियर परा, तांको घर को जाई के गोल्ड मेडल जीत के आइबे, गोटे दीटा गोल्ड मेडल धर के आसीबे बोली तांके रास्ता सारा भाबुचंती. हु? जेसी ओएस. I had my eye especially on the long jump. I held my eyes. मोर दृष्टि रखिली. Or he is saying that I am confident of winning a gold medal in the long jump event. Why? A year before, as a university student, Jesse Owens set the world record of 26 feet and 8 and a quarter inch. Everyone kind of expected me to win that Olympic event hands down. Why? Everybody thought that Jesse Owens will surely win a gold medal in long jump event. Why? Because 1 year before, as a university student, Jesse Owens set the world record of 26 feet and 8 and a quarter inch. 26 foot 8 और 1/4 inch. एतिकीर वर्ल्ड रेकॉर्ड से सेट करथिले, माने ओलंपिक खेली नांती, एज ए यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट ही ताके गोटे वर्ल्ड रेकॉर्ड सेट करथिले जे 26 feet 8 and a quarter inch was the world record set by Jesse Owens before the games when he was a student. That's why everyone expected him to win. Everyone expected that Jesse Owens will surely win a gold medal in the long jump event of 1936 Olympics. I was in for a surprise. When the time came for the long jump trial, I was startled to see a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet on his practice leaps. So when he was very, very confident to win a gold medal in the long jump event. But I was in for a surprise. When he entered the Olympic event, he was surprised. Why? When the time came for long jump trials. Now what happens? If you know, you know. If you have participated in long jump event or you have seen it in the television, you know that before in the event, in the Olympic Games, what happens? There will be a trial. Okay. माने गोटे सब देश 20-25 टा सिलेक्ट होके आस्थिबे, सेठी गोटे ट्रायल हबो. ट्रायल माने गोटे क्वालिफिकेशन मार्क थिबो हला. हमरो नॉर्मल स्कूल रो हमरो स्टेट लेवल, नेशनल लेवल, स्कूल लेवल, यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल रे भी एई भलिया ही हुए. 20-25 जन जो समस्त थिबे तांको गोटे सेट करा हबो एतिकी लेट्स से एठू तमे जंप करूछ तो लेट्स से मन करा जो 15 फीट फिक्स हला तो 15 फीट रु जे अधिक डेइबो से ही क्वालिफाई हबो फाइनल पे राइट आकु कह जाय ट्रायल्स सो इन ट्रायल्स every member will get 3 jumps every performer will get a 3 chances in those 3 chances you have to jump above 15 feet above 15 feet so you will be qualified for finals फास्ट रे तमे 15 फीट में एग्जांपल पे कहले हला गोटे सेट हेतिबो एतिकी जदी देइलो तमे फाइनल रे खेलिबो तापर फाइनल रे जो जंप मारिबो सेतिरे तमरो गोल्ड मेडल सिल्वर मेडल ब्रोंज मेडल की पोजीशन डिसाइड हबो बुझि पारछो सो 20-25 जन रो 8-10 जन पार करिवे से 8-10 जन को फाइनल हबो दिस इज द केस सो व्हेन the event started when the long jump trials started I was startled. Startled means astonished, being in shock. Shock he gale, surprised he gale. Why? Because he saw a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet on his practice leaps. Practice रे ही before the trials. Trial होगा पूर्वरु. Practice वेले ही गोटे long boy, a tall boy, not long, tall boy. He was hitting 26 feet, which was near to his world record. Jesse Owens has the world record of 26 feet and 8 and quarter inch. In practice, a tall boy was hitting 26 feet. He turned out to be a German. Also, जो German athlete. से देखले जाइकरी पूरा full confidence रे अछंते 26 feet 8 inch मोर पाखा पाखी किया नहांते practice रे गोटे जर्मन को देखले से जाई के हला whose name was Luz Long was hitting 26 feet practice रे 26 feet देउची से now he was astonished, he was shocked. I was told that Hitler had kept him under wraps, evidently hoping he could win the jump. So he was thinking, he's easily hitting 26 feet, how can I not know him? मु केमिति जानि नै ये गोटे एथलीट अछि एते कैपेबल बोले because I was told मते कहला that Hitler had kept him under wraps means hidden secret he kept him in secret even evidently hoping he would win the jump Hitler कोन करजे तार एथलीट मान को लुचै के रखिचे काउ देखे नै से कोन पई होप करचे हठात समस्त को आचंबित करके जीती गले जर्मन्स माने सुपेरियर बोली के समस्त को कहि परिबो राइट सो दिस जर्मन एथलीट लूज लॉन्ग he surprised Jesse Owens because of that 26 feet jump on the trials before the trials on the practice रे मारथुला 26 feet I suppose that if Long won it would add some new support to the Nazis' Aryan supremacy theory. I supposed I was thinking that if Luz Long wins, what happens? It would add some new support to Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. Aryans माने जो superior वाली से theory कहूची, आमे Aryans माने ही सबुठो भलो वाली जो कहूची से theory को आवरी support मिल जीवो बेसी मेडल जीतिले तांके जर्मन्स माने से माने कहि परिबे आमे सबुठो सुपेरियर बोली सो he is thinking Jesse Owens is thinking that I am a negro means a black person I am a black person they are saying they are superior we are inferior if I can get a medal, gold medal, if I can win this long jump, I can prove that Germans' Aryan superiority theory is wrong. We all are equal. So a little hot under the collar about Hitler's ways, I determined to go out there and really show Der Führer and his master race who was superior and who wasn't. Now he is becoming angry. एबे लूज लॉन्ग को देखि करी जेसी ओवेंस इज बीइंग एंग्री से रागु चंते से कोन कहउ चंते I am a Negro, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ black person, Negro, and these people, these Nazi people, they are saying they are superior, we are inferior. So a little hot under the collar. Now this is a phrase, a little hot under the collar. That means very annoyed, very much angry. Annoyed means very angry. Annoyed means meaning also very angry. So a little hot under the collar means to be little angry about Hitler's ways. I determined to go out there and really show Der Führer. Der Führer means supreme leader. है हिटलर को Der Führer कहते से माने सुप्रीम लीडर. तमें ही हमरो सुप्रीम लीडर बोल के हम देखी थी नाजी माने एमते हाथ को एमते आको बढ़ेबे बढ़ौतले हिटलर आगे एमते हाथ को बढ़ौतले नाजी सपोर्टर आउ Der Führer बोली ताको कहतले माने सुप्रीम लीडर तुमे आका हमरो सुप्रीम लीडर. Right, so he is saying that I'll show Der Führer, I'll show Hitler, that I'll show Hitler and his master race who was superior and who wasn't. I'll show who was superior and who was not superior. So he was determined, he was very much confident to win the long jump. But along with confidence, he was angry also. कॉन्फिडेंट तो थिला से फास्ट रु कॉन्फिडेंट थिला एबे पूरा रागी गला. Der Führer, लीडर ऑफ जर्मन का कहतले हिटलर को कहतले यूज ऑलमोस्ट एक्सक्लूसिवली फॉर द एपिथेट ऑफ फॉर हिटलर एज द एपिथेट फॉर हिटलर. हिटलर पई ए Der Führer यूज होतला माने रखबो. Der Führer माने लीडर ऑफ जर्मन समस्त को कुआ जाय नै सब लीडर को कुआ जाय नै ताको खाली से उठे अलगा थिला परा मु आगा तुमको बंचाया को आछि बोल कहउतला लोकन को पूरा मोटिवेट कर देतला. जो माने से थिंकिंग रो थिले तांको कुआ जाउतला नाजीस. नाजीस माने भाबुतले वी आर सुपेरियर. हमरो जेसी वंस कहले देखबा किए सुपेरियर का किए सुपेरियर किए इंफीरियर मु देखे देबी सब को. एंगर इज द वर्स्ट एनिमी ऑफ एन एथलीट. Read the following unit of the text and find out how Owen suffered for his anger. जने एथलीट रो worst enemies, the worst enemy of an athlete is anger. रागिला माने गेम खराब. Now he is angry because everybody is saying they are superior. Germans are saying they are superior, and he is feeling very guilty. He is feeling very insulted, right? Because he was a Negro. So an angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistake. Jesse Owens is saying, as any coach will tell you, any coach of any athletics coach will tell you that an angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistakes. If you are angry, you will do mistake. I was no exception. I was not exception of that. If I am also angry, I'll also do mistake. On the first of my 3 qualifying jumps, I leapt from several inch beyond the takeoff board for a no jump. Well, what happened? Since Jesse Owens was very angry, what happened is, see, in case of long jump, what happens? There is a mark, right? If an athlete is comes running from a distance, you have to take off before this line. You have to take off before this line. A line to पछकु डेइबार अछि. If you cross the line, if you hit the line, if you cross the line and then jump, then you will be, this jump will be disqualified. गोटे टेक ऑफ बोर्ड थाए, टेक ऑफ लाइन थाए. ए लाइन रो पछरु डेइबार अछि तुमको. लाइन ऊपर डेइले भी हबो, बट लाइन रो जदि टिके भी आगु को पड़ी छि जंप, ताहले तमरा जंप ता डिस्क्वालिफाई हे जिवो. सो से रागी की थिले, तेन कर तांगर मुंडो काम करबो ने रागी की थिला बेले. सो व्हाट हैपेंड ऑन द फर्स्ट ऑफ माय 3 क्वालिफाइंग जंप. क्वालिफाई करबा पे 3टा जंप मिले फाइनल को क्वालिफाई करबा पे. 3 there were 3 trials, 3 qualifying jumps. In the first jump, I leapt from several inches beyond the takeoff board. से टेक ऑफ बोर्ड ठारो बहुत इंच आगु डेले, दैट्स व्हाई द जंप वाज डिस्क्वालिफाइड, राइट. On the second jump, I was even worse. I was even worse. In the second jump, also, that performance was not good. He was very angry. Because of that, his brain was not working well. Now, this is the person from that person, everybody expected a gold medal. Everybody expected he will win, but he is not qualifying for the finals only. Now, if he had left with only one chance. Now, did I come 3,000 miles for this? I thought bitterly. I thought very bitterly. I thought very anguishedly that did I come 3,000 miles for this? 3,000 miles cross करके आस्ची की to fail in the trials and make a fool of myself. Finals जाई के हारी लेबी गोटे अलगा कथा. जो trials नहीं हारी जीबी and make a fool of myself, then there is no point to come this far. Walking a few yards from the pit. Pit means the place where there is sand and people used to jump. People jumps on that pit. So he came walking a few yards from the pit, and I kicked disgustedly at the ground. Now you must have seen or done, if you play some sports, you must have known that if you are very frustrated, if you are very disgusted, you will kick the ground, right? Jesse Owens also did it, and now he is left with only one trial jump. If he does not qualify, then he will not play in the final. So how could he win gold medal? Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. He was sitting, right? Suddenly, someone tapped on his shoulders. He felt a hand on his shoulder. I turned to look into the friendly blue eyes of tall German long jumper, Luz Long. When he turned, who has placed a hand on his shoulder, he turned to look him, and he saw that tall German long jumper, Luz Long, he was standing behind him. He had easily qualified for the finals on his first attempt only. Luz Long was qualified in the first attempt. He offered me a firm handshake. So when you meet a person for the first time, we used to shake hand. So Luz Long also offered a handshake. They shook hands, and then Luz Long said, "Jesse Owens, I am Luz Long. I don't think we have met." He spoke English well, though with a German twist to it. Now Germans do not speak English. German language is different. But Luz Long knew how to speak English. So his English was well, but with a German twist, right? The pronunciation of Germans, they are not clear. The pronunciations are not clear as an Americans. Americans do not pronounce, or the accent of pronunciation is different, right? I am also speaking Indian accent, right? Americans speak in different accent. So the accent or twist was there, but he spoke English well. He said, "Jesse Owens, I am Luz Long. I don't think we have met. I'm missing a happy." So Jesse Owens also said, "Glad to meet you. I'm very happy to meet you." Then, trying to hide my nervousness, I added, "How are you?" Now he is nervous, right? Only one attempt is there. You have to qualify at any cost. So he was nervous. He was frustrated. He was angry. But he wanted to hide it. He wanted to hide his feeling. Why? He is speaking to that German person. Because of that person, he is angry. Because of Luz Long, on seeing him, he started beginning to think about Hitler, and then he was angry. So he wanted to hide his feeling, and he said, "How are you?" Jesse Owens said, "How are you?" to Luz Long. Luz Long said, "I am fine. But the question is, how are you?" Luz Long कहूचे, "I am fine. ମୁଁ ଭଲ ଅଛି, but how are you?" "What do you mean?" I asked. से पचारे, "What do you mean? तुम चलेवा को आसछु कि?" फास्ट इंस्टिंक्ट तो एटा भी आसीबा ना. तमे रागी को छ से लोक मान को ऊपर, जर्मन लोक मान को ऊपर. फास्ट थिंग से जने आसी पचार छि किन लागु छि, तमे केमते अछ बोल कि तो आके रागी किए अछंती सो से कहउछन व्हाट डू यू मीन नाउ जेसी ओन्स लूज लॉन्ग इज सेइंग समथिंग मस्ट बी ईटिंग यू तुम कोन गोटे खाउछे माने दैट मींस समथिंग इज बॉदरिंग यू समथिंग इज बॉदरिंग यू फॉर दैट वी यूज समथिंग इज ईटिंग यू समथिंग मस्ट बी ईटिंग यू तुमको कोन गोटे ट्रबल करूचे राइट सेति पई कहआ जाय समथिंग मस्ट बी ईटिंग यू proud the way foreigners are when they have mastered a bit of American slang. Now this is a slang language. Slang means a normal day-to-day life language. This is not formal language. Something is eating you. This is not a formal language. This is a day-to-day language which is called as slang. Now this slang is an American slang. Okay. Now whenever a foreign person speaks of American slang, they feel some proud, right? If I will use some American slang language, then I also feel some proudness, right? So when Luz Long said something must be eating you, he was using American slang and he was also feeling some proud, right? He was feeling proud in somewhat, right? He was sounding like that. So you should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. Who is saying? Luz Long is saying. Luz Long is saying that you something must be eating you. Why you cannot do it? Why you cannot qualify it? You should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. तमर आँखि बंद करके मध्य तुम qualify कर दवा लोक. Who is saying? Luz Long. To whom? Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens was misunderstanding Luz Long because of that Aryan supremacy logic, Aryan supremacy theory, Aryan superiority theory. Because of that, he was not feeling good about Luz Long. But Luz Long, from his side, he said that you should be qualified with your eyes closed. Believe me, I know it. I told him. Who said? Luz Long said. Luz Long एबे भी टिके strict tone रे कथा होचंती. से कहले you should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. He said, believe me, I know about it. And it felt good to say that to someone. He felt good that I janichi mu qualify karibe. For the next few minutes, we talked together. Well, now they were talking to each other. I did not tell Long what was eating me. What was eating him? The Aryan supremacy theory. Germans thinking that they are superior and black people, Negro people are inferior. That thing was eating Jesse Owens. But he did not told him. Samnare koi dobo ki tome. But he seemed to understand my anger. But Luz Long understood it. Luz Long understood that this is the black person. He hates, as we hate him, he also hates us. And he took pains to reassure me. He took pains. Now एबे टिके बुझियो बेटी चेष्टा करो मो ओडिया रे कहूछ तुमको दुई जन पर्सन अछंती हला भाबो मु लूज लॉन्ग मो सामने रे अछि जेसी ओएन्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड जेस मु को ग्रुप रो पार्ट मु होचे एमिति गोटे ग्रुप रो पार्ट जो माने कहउचंती आमे एका सुपेरियर ब्लैक पीपल इन्फेरियर बोले सेति पई सामना लोक रागी कि अछि जेसी ओएन्स. ना जेसी ओएन्स आ मो संगे जेतबे कथावार्ता हला जेसी ओएन्स जणेबा को चाहूने जे से आम ऊपर रागी कि अछि बट मु कथावार्ता रु जानि गलिनी तथापि जानिला परे मते कष्ट होबो कि नै ये मो ऊपर रागी कि अछि तथापि मु पेन नहीं करी लूज लॉन्ग पेन नहीं करी ताकू रिएश्योर करेले रिएश्योर माने रिकॉन्फिडेंट करेले कॉन्फिडेंस देले यू कैन डू इट. Although he had been schooled in the Nazi youth movement, he did not believe in the Aryan supremacy business anymore than I did. So, Luz Long जब कथावार्ता हेले सेमान जानिबा पाइले Luz Long was schooled in the Nazi youth movement. सेतबेलेर यूथ माने जो नाजी हिटलर नाजी पीरियड थिला से समय समस्तଙ୍କର थिंकिंग नाजी वाला थिला. But this Luz Long was also a part of that Nazi youth movement, but he did not believe in Aryan supremacy business. Luz Long was also a part of Nazi movement, but he did not believe any longer. से believe करू नथुला आओ फास्ट फास्ट से भी मूवमेंट रे थिला हिटलर को जितेवा लोक से बट नाउ जेतबेले खेल होउची से माने मिसुचंती से माने से आउ बिलीव करू नथुला हिटलर ऊपर वी लव्ड नाउ एटा मने रख बिलीव न करूले भी सेतबेले हिटलर रो एग्नेस्ट रे के कोई पार नथला जे एग्नेस्ट रे कहला गला साफा हिटलर थिला सेमते सेतबेले. So we laughed over the fact that he really looked the part, though an inch taller than I. He had a lean, muscular frame, clear blue eyes, fair hair, and strikingly handsome face. So we laughed over the fact that he really looked the part. That means he was a Nazi, right? Luz Long was a Nazi, but he did not believe in Aryan supremacy thing. So they loved it each other. तो मैंने हसिले कि कथा कहल मुझे तुम ऊपर रागिकी उल्टुली बोले से भी कहला हाँ से तो हिटलर तो से हरामीटा बड़ से तो कौन आम कौन कह तार एग्नेस्ट तो कही पारू नहीं तथापि मु बिलीव करूना आर्यन सुपरमेसी विषय सब लोग सामान बोली मु बिलीव करे यहाँ कहला से निज भीतर हसा हसी हेले. Now he is giving the description physical appearance of Luz Long. Luz Long केमिति थिला an inch taller than I. The inch taller than Luz Long was an inch taller than the CHSE Owens. He had lean means not very fat, thin, and muscular frame, muscular body. He had clear blue eyes. Aryans have clear eyes, blue eyes. Fair hair. Hair was fair. Fair means white color or golden color. And a strikingly handsome face. A very handsome face. Finally, seeing that I had calmed down somewhat, he pointed to the takeoff board. Finally, the anger of CHSE Owens it calmed down. जो एंगर थिला कथबार्ता है देख केते बढ़िया जिनस ये खाली सेति पई ता ऊपर लागुथुला रागी की थिला लूज लॉन्ग ऊपर काहे ना से लूज लॉन्ग एमिति गोटे ग्रुप रो लोक एमिति गोटे देशर लोक जो माने कि सुपरमेसी थ्योरी को कहउचंते बट जेतेबेले से ता सहित कथा हैला से जानिबा को पाइला जो Luz Long does not believe in Aryan supremacy theory, then he calmed down. Look, now he pointed to the takeoff board. जो takeoff board थिला, the takeoff board from where the athlete starts jumping, takeoffs, right? He pointed at that takeoff board, Luz Long, and said, "Look, why don't you draw a line few inches at the back of the board and aim at making your takeoff from there?" Luz Long gave a suggestion. Luz Long gave a suggestion to CHSE Owens. Se कहला, see, this is the takeoff board. Draw a line few inches before. Draw a line few inches at the back of the board. जो broad अच्छी board ठारो किछि इंच पछरे गोटे लाइन ड्रॉ कर एंड एम टू टेक ऑफ फ्रॉम दिस लाइन बुझी पारछ एठू जंप करवार अछि माने ता पछरे गोटे लाइन बनाओ एंड से पछर लाइन रो जंप करबा पई ट्राई करो ताले कोन हबो यू विल बी श्योर नॉट टू फाउल तो हबो नै पछरो जंप करले किछि असुविधा नै आगरु जंप करि हबो नै यू विल बी श्योर नॉट टू फाउल एंड you certainly ought to jump far enough to qualify. Now qualify करिवा पई बहुत कम डिस्टेंस थाए ए माने सब मास्टर माने तार कॉलेज थिला बेले 26 फीट डेइबा लोक तमे टिके 2-4 इंच पछरु डेइले मध्यरो किछि फरक पडिबार नै क्वालिफाइंग तो जंप एथिरे रैंक होबो नै एथिरे क्वालिफाई हेले फाइनल को जब जीवो राइट सो यू सर्टेनली ought to jump far enough to qualify. What does it matter if you are not first in the trials? If you are not first in the trials, it does not matter. Tomorrow is what counts. Tomorrow will be the final. In the final, you have to try giving your best. In that trial, in that final, 2 or 3 inches will matter. In this case, 2-3 inch before does not matter. You will easily qualify, and then in the finals you will try to jump over other person, right? It does not matter if you come first in the trials. You have to come first in the finals, not in the trials. So एटा कहलारू JSE Odisha रो दिमाग को आसला कौन दिमाग खोलला, दिमाग की घंटी बजी. Suddenly all the tension seemed to ebb out. Now ebb out means flow back or recede, go away, isn't, right? कमिगला. Suddenly all the tension seemed to ebb out. That means all the tension vanished of my body as the truth of what he said hit me. He said the truth. Luz Long said the truth, and that truth hit JSE Odisha. And suddenly all the tensions, how can I qualify in my last jump, all that tension that vanished, and confidently I drove a line a full foot behind the board. Full foot. 1 feet is 12 inches. So he draw a line 12 inch before the takeoff board and proceeded to jump from there. And he jumped from this behind line. And I qualified with almost a foot to spare. And he qualified, the qualifying line, let's say the qualifying line is there. He jumped 1 feet above the qualifying line. So this was the story how he qualified for the finals. Now what happened in the finals? Who will win? JSE Odisha or Luz Long? We already know that he had won a gold medal in the long jump event. So JSE Odisha wins in the final. But how does he win? How does this friendship between Luz Long, a German Aryan, and a Negro person from America, right, JSE Odisha, how does they become friends? That we will discuss in the third unit in the next session. All right, first 2 units we discussed. If you are facing any difficulty, if you want some modification in the explanation process, or how do you want me to explain you, tell me in the doubt group. I'll definitely look about it. All right. So that's it from today from my side. If you enjoyed, let me know in the group. If you do not have enjoyed, what improvement can be done, you also suggest me that. We'll meet in the upcoming sessions. Till then, bye. Have a very good day.